I said, oh, so you must want a ball fade at the end of this, because now I'm about to put the rest of your shit out, nigga. What the fuck is you saying? You think I'm feeling bad for you right now, nigga? I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. You took my car to that bitch house. How many times did you take my car over there? Like, what? You got a baby on the way? What up, though? What's going on? How you guys doing? If you are seeing this right now, that means I've had a productive day. I hope you did too. But if you're liking, commenting, and subscribed, that means you fuck with me, which means I fuck with you. Y'all, I love when I find a new storyteller so I can binge from the beginning to the end, and I hope I'm giving you the same vibes. Like it or leave it, but like it before you leave. I'm not sure what the title is, but this is definitely a part 2 to my short months with old man. If you haven't seen part 1, you need to go back and watch it, because I'm really not about to touch back on it. If you have watched it, I know I should have believed my friend, you guys. In hindsight, I definitely should have believed my friend, but eventually we did move past it. After the truth came out, me and her talked, her and old man talked, and everybody was kind of back cool. She made it clear that Bug is not allowed anywhere around her. She wanted to call the police, but she never did. I know, touchy subject, but that's what happened, y'all. So time was going on, and as I mentioned, Angel did get this new boyfriend or whatever, and we're calling him Snake. Now, I have decided to start a whole maybe 2-part, 3-part series about Snake, because honestly, it's not my experience to tell, but I definitely was witness to a lot of the Snake shit that he used to do, like literally. So time is going on. Me and old man eventually start going back over to Angel house. When I first met Snake, honestly, I could tell it was already some tension, because when he came around, me and Angel wasn't cool. So I'm pretty sure he told her what happened, and she probably had some other stuff to say about me, because you know how we get, or you know how certain friendships and certain girls are. When you get mad, especially talking to your significant other, all the cats come out the bag, all the tea gets spilled. You know what I'm saying? You just mad. You feeling like, oh, I'm never fucking with them again. So you just speaking on shit, and that could definitely make your partner feel some type of way if you decide to get back cool with this person. So I can already tell, coming around Snake, that he felt some type of way about me, and I definitely felt some type of way about him, because he wasn't a looker. He wasn't. And my first couple times coming over there, actually, he was not there. So me, Angel, and old man would sit and kick it like we always did. She had her friends come over, and we did that a couple times, and Snake wasn't there. So the first time, or the first or second time the Snake was there, I noticed that Angel was a little less talkative, you know what I mean? She was a little less friendly to old man, which makes sense, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to act like you so cool with this man that was around before him. You know, you don't want him to feel no type of way, but girl, be yourself. You feel me? Be yourself. And like I said, like third, fourth time that Snake was over there, his whole family was over there. It was him, like 3 of his brothers, his mama, a whole bunch of little kids I didn't recognize. So as I steady keep going over there, with or without old man, I'm noticing that this boy has his whole family at your house every time he's there. And then eventually, he's there every time I'm there. And then eventually, I stop coming over, because it's not enough room for me, girl. I can't even breathe over here. So it's safe to say that her little kickbacks, her little get-togethers with all her friends and whoever wanted to pop up, stopped. Like, completely came to a halt once she started really fucking with Snake. Angel and old man had talked. They had chopped it up a couple times. I felt like everything was squashed, even though the whole situation was weird as hell, and I definitely should have been cut old man off. It took me a little minute, y'all. So this one day, Angel calls me, and she asked me to sit with her kids while she go. I think she had to go to work, or she had a cleaning job or something. And she actually started taking Snake on her cleaning jobs with her instead of me. But you know what I'm saying? That's your choice. It's your customer, your cleaning job. Take who you want to take, whatever. So I'm telling her, like, yeah, I can send down there. You know, old man is here. So she like, oh, yeah, that's cool. You know, he could come with you. I'm just about to leave out and they still sleep. And, you know, I ain't really got nowhere to drop them off. So can you just sit down here? I'm like, okay, cool. Yeah, I'll sit with him. So me and old man go down because I told you Angel stayed, like, down the street from me. It was like 3-4 blocks on the same street down the street. So we go over Angel house and we sitting there, and it's early. It's probably like 9 o'clock in the morning. So I'm like, let me hook up some breakfast so when they wake up, you know what I'm saying, they can eat and then go back and chill and do whatever they want to do. So I started hooking up the breakfast. Angel had FaceTime me, so I answered. She like, oh, what you doing? I'm like, girl, about to hook up some breakfast. You know what I'm saying? The kids still ain't woke up yet. She like, oh, okay, the old man come with you? I'm like, yeah, he here. She like, oh, okay, yeah, well, I'll be done with my job in like a couple hours, so I'll be there later. I'm like, okay, cool. That was it. I finished cooking breakfast. The kids wake up. We all sitting down eating. The kids is ha, 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 ha. You know, it's only 2 of them at this point because she hadn't had Snake's baby yet. She just got the 2 from her first relationship or whatever, so yeah, we just sitting there talking with the kids. The kids finish their meal and they go back in the room watching TV. Me and old man is actually still sitting at the table, just sitting there talking. So I get a text message from Angel, and she like, I don't want this happening again. And I'm like, I'm looking at it like, what the fuck is she talking about? I'm trying to think like, what is she talking about? Did she texting the wrong person? Like, what? So text back like, what you talking about? She's like, I don't feel comfortable with old man eating at my house. Since when? Like, what? You know what I'm saying? And at first I was about to take full offense, hop on defense, like, what the fuck are you talking about? We been chilling with you this whole time. You know him. Like, why you acting weird? Is it that nigga in your ear? I was about to do that, but I just text back and said, okay, no problem. Like, because it's your house. It's your breakfast. I'm sitting here with your kids. You said it was okay for me to bring him. I don't know why you thought if the kids was going to eat that we weren't going to have a little something. You know what I'm saying? It's not like I cooked him a big man breakfast and then the kids got what was left. No, I cooked for the kids and we ate the scraps. We ate 1 piece of bacon and little eggs and a piece of toast. Like, what are you talking about? But whatever. I just said, okay, no problem. So when she come back, I noticed that she gets out the car and old man actually got in my car and Snake is still sitting in her car. So she like, yeah, like, no offense, but just after everything that happened, I'm just not comfortable with him in here and da-da-da-da, just talking. And I'm like, no, it's cool, no problem, I understand. Like, that's all you had to say. I mean, we've been over here for a couple weeks now. We've been kicking it, but nah, it's a problem. Like, it's cool. She like, no, honestly, Snake, you know everything that happened and he just wasn't comfortable. So, you know what I'm saying? That's my man. So, I'm like, okay, cool, no problem. I can't be mad. You won't ever see old man again, right? So, I just had to tell that little part because slowly but surely I stopped going over there and old man wasn't even invited and I was always with him, so it was like I stopped going over there for a little bit, but we could still talk on the phone or whatever. But just know that Angel got real distant after she started fucking with Snake, and I distanced myself because I didn't like his family either. But anyway, back to old man. All this time we've been together, y'all know from the first story that he supposedly had a landscaping company. As time is going on, I'm doing these cleaning jobs, but when it starts to get cold, it starts to get slow for cleaning. You know what I'm saying? It picks up closer to like the holidays, like Thanksgiving, Christmas, it picks up. But after the warm months, it starts to slow down. So Angel's cousin, Jocelyn, actually hooked me up with a referral to get into the airport. You know, you get discounts, you know what I'm saying? It was some pretty hard work, pretty like physical work, but you know, it was cool. I actually ended up staying at the job, probably the longest I ever kept any job. You know what I'm saying? So she ends up getting me in the airport. It's starting to get cold. I'm going to have another story on how my car got repoed. This is the new car that me and Ghost had got. If you up on my stories, then you know we had went and got a note and all this other stuff. But you know, he is out of town. He's sending me little twos and fews. I'm making sure my bills paid at home. The car note be the last thing on the list, y'all. So right when I get this job, my damn car get repo. I can't set up no more payment plans. I need a car. So I end up going and getting this Jeep Liberty from this shiesty ass mechanic that my dad knows. He get all his cars from him and they always go down. But whatever. Still to this day, he be like, oh, go to Mike, go to Mike. I'm not going to Mike. Mike cars don't last. But anyway, I end up getting this Jeep Liberty from the hookup with my dad. And I'm rocking with the Jeep. You know what I'm saying? It be needing a little work. Got to put oil in it all the time. But it's cute. It's got a sunroof. You know what I'm saying? I'm riding with the Jeep. So still, I'm with old man. He supposedly got this landscaping company. But it's getting cold. Usually, landscaping people also do snow. You know what I'm saying? They do leaves. He not getting no work. I'm noticing that he don't got no customers. He not, oh, let me call you back when I get from this job. Oh, let me, you know, see what I got to do tomorrow because I got all these jobs. He don't got no jobs. His work slowing down. I go and get me a job. So not only is his work slowing down, the more time I'm spending at his house, I'm noticing that this is not his house. Y'all, he had these roommates. I come to find out that I didn't think was roommates. I just thought people come and visit him, and you know, sometimes everybody be gone by the time, you know what I'm saying, we lay down and go to sleep. But more and more time I'm spending, I'm realizing that all these people stay here, and his house was only like a 3-bedroom, and it was like 5-6 people always there. Somebody sleep on the couch, somebody on the floor sleep, somebody always sitting at the table, somebody always up in these rooms. What type of boarding house shit do y'all got going on? Like, what? And this is just time passing, me just peeping shit. Like, maybe you ain't a hustler like I thought you was. Maybe your living situation not as comfortable as I thought it was, because I don't even want to be over here no more, y'all. With him not having any work, his car ended up going down. He can't pay for it. He had a truck that was meant for landscaping. You ain't been doing no landscaping. Now your truck in the shop, you can barely pay for it, and I'm not giving you $1. So I'm the only one with a car at this point. So I'm going back and forth to the airport. I would probably leave from his house or drop him off on my way to the airport. So one day this man asked me, let me see your car where you at work. Y'all, I should have said no. I should have drew the line right the fuck there. But this my man. I asked him, like, what you got to do? You know what I'm saying? While I'm at work. Like, you not breaking no leaves while I'm at work. Like, what you got to do? He like, no, I had to just give me a chance to, you know, get some stuff done. You know, shoot a couple moves. Because he did sell a little stuff on the side. But that shit didn't ever add up to nothing. But clearly, you need my car to make some sales or do whatever you got to do while I'm at work all motherfucking night. Whatever. Just as long as you answering your phone and as long as you pick me up on time. I'm not about to be standing outside waiting on you to pick me up in my car. Y'all, I should have just said no, but I didn't. So, it was a couple nights where he would be on the phone with me while I'm at work. And he would be like almost getting pulled over. Like, we'll be on the phone and he'd be like, oh shit, the police behind me. Hold on. And I'll be like, bro, I can't let you see my car no more. Because if you get my fucking car taken and I got to pay to get it out because you clearly don't have $200, $300, $400 to get no fucking car out, I'm going to be pissed. So this happened like twice when we was on the phone. Like him talking about, oh, the police behind me, hold on, or some shit like that. That happened twice. So it was another time where I called him on my little break or between flights or whatever, like I always do. He's not answering the phone. Between every flight, I'm calling him. After a certain time, I'm figuring like, okay, he got to be asleep by this point because now it's like 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. Now you sleep. Whatever you was doing earlier, I don't fucking know. But now you really not answering. You probably somewhere drunk, sleep. He better be here on time when it's time to pick me up. So, y'all, I think I got up at like maybe 8, 9 o'clock in the morning or something like that. So I'm calling him. He's still not answering. I go outside when I get off work and the car is out there. Right. So I get in the car. I'm like, I've been calling you all night. He like, yeah, my phone broke. I'm like, how's your phone broke? Man, drunk as hell. I done dropped it in the toilet while I was using the bathroom. Da-da-da. I'm like, okay, you couldn't call me from nobody else's phone. Like, I was worried. I'm thinking you know, you done got pulled over because you so paranoid of getting pulled over, yet you still driving all fucking night. Like, what the fuck? He like, nah, I don't even know your number by heart. Like, my bad, my bad. I look at the gas tank. It's on motherfucking E, nigga. My shit was full. You drove out a full tank of gas in one night? Where the fuck did you go? He like, nah, you know, I was hitting corners. I'm like, okay, why you ain't put no gas? I put some gas in here. Y'all, we get to the gas station. This nigga put $10 in my shit. Now, granted, back then, $10 did do a little bit more than it does now, but it don't fill my tank up. It did not fill my tank up, so I'm pissed. I'm like, you know what? You can't see my motherfucking car no more. I don't like that you not answering the phone. You always talking about you about to get pulled over. I don't like it. I'm uncomfortable. I'm going to just take my car, because if I had my car, I wouldn't even be worried why the fuck you not answering the phone. You're not going to be able to drop me off no more. So, y'all, and it actually was getting closer to the twins going back to school or whatever. So, it's like, nigga, they about to be going to daycare early in the morning. I need to be able to get off, get to them, drop them off, and have the rest of my day before they get out of school, and then I gotta go back to work. Like, I need my car with me when I get off work. I don't need to be waiting on you. I don't need to be calling you, and I don't need to be scared that something has happened to you or my car. Mostly my car, but I don't want nothing to happen to you either. Like, no. So, y'all, it's another time, right? He had to... What did he have to do? I don't know what he had to do, y'all, but he convinced me to let him see my car. It was something like, it was either some type of party for somebody's birthday. He was basically begging to drop me off at work. I'm like, you know what? Whatever. Drop me off at work. Whatever. You better answer that phone every time I call. He like, yeah, I got you. Like, for real, I'm going to be there on time. I ain't even about to be drinking that much. Da-da-da-da. I'm like, whatever. So, y'all, I didn't even call him this time because I didn't even want him to not answer the phone. So, I didn't call him all night. I go outside after I get off work, and he picked me up. And his hair, now he was the type, he kept his dreads really neat. I told y'all he had skinny dreads. It was a whole bunch of dreads. They was really skinny, neat looking dreads. He always got his shit retwisted. He always kept his shit neat. So when he picked me up, he looking like he got bed head. And he also was the type, like, he used to wear like a do-rag, the long do-rag that you put over like braids, and a bonnet. Like, he literally loved his hair. He took his hair, care of his hair. He had a silk bonnet. Like, so him picking me up looking like he been rolling around in the bed or rolling around on the floor, or looking like he had just got into a fight. I'm like, what's wrong with your hair? Like, what happened last night? He like, oh shit, I fell asleep without my do-rag. And I'm like, no, it looked like your ass had a fucking time. Like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Your retwist ain't even retwisted. It's untwisted. Like, what the fuck was going on? And he was like, no, it was a crazy ass night, you know. I think it was somebody's birthday or something. He like, you know, so-and-so birthday. We turned up, went to the after hour. Da, da, da. I'm like, oh, the after hour. Okay, I'm surprised you even alive to even come get me. He like, yeah, I ain't even been to sleep. I can't wait to get back to the house. I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. So we go back to his house. We laying down or whatever. He dead sleep. Like, I could tell he didn't get no sleep because he fell straight to sleep as soon as we got to his house. So I'm laying there, y'all. Something telling me like, bitch, go through his phone. And I do not go through phones. Honestly, I don't go through phones because I don't want you to go through my phone, because 9 times out of 10, I'm still talking to RJ. I'm still talking to this person, that person. You know what I'm saying? Even though I might not spend no time with RJ or other people, I'm still going to entertain a conversation, see what niggas talking about. So I don't want you to go through my phone, so I don't fuck with people's phone. But something is like, girl, go through his phone. Y'all, he did not have a lock on his phone. And any other time he'd be trying to show me something, it looked like he'd be only texting me and his son and his brothers and shit. Like, I ain't never seen a female name in his phone. So I pick up his phone, y'all. I'm scrolling through the videos and the pictures. He did go out last night. He did go to the strip club, a little after hour strip club. Okay, I'm looking at all that. But I go to the text messages. I wasn't even calling him last night, and he had my car. I wasn't even texting him last night, and he had my car. It's a text message from a female, like, blowing him down, looking for him. You would have thought that he had her car. She like, where the fuck is you at? It's 2 o'clock in the morning. You haven't called yet. You haven't came back yet. What the fuck is you doing? I don't understand why you're not answering the phone. You said you was coming. You said you was coming. I'm like, okay. Now, she had been texting all the way up until like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. Mind you, I think I got off at 7 or 8. I can't remember. So it's kind of clear that he never went over there because he never texted back. And I look at the call log and he never called her back. Right? So I wasn't even tripping. I didn't even trip. I held it in, y'all. And one thing about me, I will hold some shit in until it make more sense. I will wait for the perfect opportunity to bring up some shit where it, you know what I'm saying, 2 + 2 = 4 type of shit. Like, I'm not gonna just blurt out some shit and he can spin it and try to make it seem like something else. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't say nothing. I held it in. He woke up. We ended up having a good little chill day. I think I was off that day. Whatever. Y'all. Now, just because I let him see my car that night does not mean I'm letting him see my car any other fucking night. You begged and pleaded for that one night. It's a wrap. Like, I let you see it that one night. It's a wrap. So, y'all, I drive myself to work one day. And he starts blowing me up. Like, I probably have been at work for like 2-3 hours. He starts blowing me up. I'm like, what the fuck do he want? You know, I come back from the flight and I look at my phone. He had blew me up. I'm calling him back like, what's up? He's like, I need you to get here right now. I'm like, what? I need you to get here right now. This bitch got me fucked up. I'm like, who got you fucked up? Now, mind you, the people that used to be in his house, it was like 2 guys that had a room there, but they both had girlfriends. I'm assuming them was their girlfriends, but then there was another guy that would always be on the couch, and he had different type of bitches running up and through there. You know what I'm saying? So when he said this bitch got me fucked up, I'm thinking like, who? Which one of these bitches? Like, who are you talking about? Y'all. He's saying the bitch name. It's the same bitch name that was in his phone that was texting like, where the fuck you at? Da, da, da. So let's just say her name is Shelly, right? He like, Shelly got me fucked up. I'm like, who the fuck is Shelly? Like, man, I'm gonna call you back. I'm like, what? You know, and I'm at work. Of course, I'm not about to leave, but I'm sitting here like, who is Shelly? Because that's the one you was texting. She was texting you, looking for you, and now you telling me supposedly your bitch that Shelly got you fucked up. How does Shelly got you fucked up? So I waited a couple minutes, you know what I'm saying? But then I started calling back. I'm like, what the fuck is going on, y'all? Somebody picked up the phone, but it wasn't him because I heard him in the background. So somebody answered the phone and just had it sitting there. So I'm hearing them arguing in the back. She like, I thought you was getting the car. I thought you was getting the car. Nigga, you promised me we was about to do this and do that. You got me fucked up. I knew that was a bitch car. I knew you had that bitch car. Where that bitch at? Tell her to pull up. Tell her to pull up. I'm like, what the fuck is they talking about? He like, man, that is not a bitch car. I told you it wasn't a bitch car. That was my brother car. Ain't your brother car. That's a bitch car. That's a bitch car. He like, I told you that ain't no bitch car. I ain't fucking lying to you. Y'all, all I hear is do. And I'm on the phone like, the fuck? So y'all, I look at the flight schedule and we got a nice little couple hours before the next flight. So I'm like, you know what? I'm about to leave and see what's going on because who the fuck is Shelly? Why is y'all fighting? Why I knew that was a bitch car. Huh? So, y'all, I literally leave work, didn't call back, I try not to hang up the phone, you know what I'm saying, but they eventually hung up. So, y'all, I haul ass over to old man's house. I walked through the door. Honestly, the door was wide open. I swung that bitch up and walked in. This nigga sitting on a chair in the living room like this with his head down. Y'all, I'm looking at the top of his head. He got bald spots, patches of bald spots. All at the top of his head, right? I'm looking around the living room. I'm walking through. It's dreads on the floor. It's his locks on the floor. Little piles of 3-4 locks here, 3-4 locks there. He's sitting over there looking patchy. I'm like, what the fuck happened? So y'all, the nigga Bugs was actually there. He grabs me and like pulls me back towards the door. He like, man, he just got into a fight with this bitch. Like, you know, we was trying to break it up. She didn't put this nigga hair out. I mean, his hair, his scalp was looking bloody. This, whoever he was tussling with, literally pulled his hair from the scalp. Okay, and I told you he had thin, nice, retwisted dreads. He had a whole, like his dreads, it was a lot of them. His hair was thick, but the dreads was skinny. Y'all, this, whoever the bitch was, then snatched his motherfucking scalp out. So I'm looking like, so what the fuck happened? Like, what is they tussle for? He like, you need to ask him. You need to ask. If I need to ask him, why the fuck is you pulling me to the side? Get the fuck out my way. So I walk over there to him like, what's going on? He like, man, I was trying to tell you to come get me. This bitch then pulled up over here on some other shit. I'm like, who is Shelly? And he looked at me like, I ain't gonna lie, man, she pregnant. I'm like, she pregnant? Like, yeah, she was pregnant before me and you started kicking it. And I had started going back over there. Da, da, da. I'm like, so you was taking my car over there? Because I heard y'all arguing about, you know, she knew that was a bitch car. He like, yeah, I just didn't want her all in my business. But I had pulled up over there a couple times to check on her. And she asking for this and asking for that. And I said I was going to be able to do it. But, you know, my pockets been tight and da-da-da-da. I'm sitting here looking like, yo, bum ass been taking my car to a bitch house that's supposedly having your baby, and now you sitting here acting like I'm supposed to be having sympathy for you or like feeling bad because you ain't got no money for this baby you got on the way. You took my car to a bitch house. What? I said, oh, so you must want a ball fade at the end of this, because now I'm about to pull the rest of your shit out, nigga. What the fuck is you saying? You think I'm feeling bad for you right now, nigga? I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. You took my car to that bitch house. How many times did you take my car over there? Like, what? You got a baby on the way? You ain't even got no motherfucking job. You ain't got a motherfucking car. Where's this bitch at? Like, man, she left. We finally got her to leave after they broke it up. Da, da, da. I'm like, look at your fucking hair. I'm like, nigga, you pitiful. This shit is sad. He like, really, Ebony? Really? You see what the fuck I'm going through? You gonna come over here on tip to that? Nigga, I don't give a fuck. Fuck you. Fuck her. Fuck that baby. The fuck? Yo, I ain't even gonna say I was hurt because I was never really deep in my feelings about him. I just felt so disrespected. Like, you really sitting here, like, he was sitting there looking sad. Like, I was supposed to rub him on the back and be like, oh, damn, that's fucked up. Why she put your hair out like that? Like, he was, like, trying to get sympathy from me. I felt it. And the whole time I'm looking at the top of his head like, you bum, patchy ass, bald-headed ass nigga. The fuck? No, y'all, I'm pissed. So I leave. I go back to work. He texted me like, I really thought you cared about me, and I didn't ask for this situation, and shit just happened how it happened, and I didn't mean to disrespect you, and I just stopped over there a couple times. I ain't touched her since she got pregnant. Da, 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 da. Boy, I don't want to hear that shit. I don't give a fuck. So, y'all, I didn't never block him because honestly I wanted to see when he was calling and texting or whatever, but I'm not responding. I'm not talking to him. I'm planning on moving on with my life. I got me a good little job. My car is running. My kids are safe. They're good. My crib is safe. It's good. I don't gotta worry in the world. I'm not about to be worried about no stressed ass nigga. Nigga, you got too much going on. You're stressed, and I'm good on all of that. Your stress is not my stress. I'm not about to be stressed. So, y'all, a couple days passed, and Jocelyn, which me and Jocelyn have started becoming cool, and I might have another story about that. Might put it on a membership, especially if y'all start fucking with me. But me and Jocelyn have started getting cool, so I was off this one day, and she starts calling me. And I answer, I'm like, what's up? She like, girl, go on Snapchat, go on Snapchat. Oh, man trying to expose you. I'm like, what? Y'all, I'm still on the phone with her. I go on Snapchat. This nigga posted me going down on him. Right? And then he had it on a loop. You know what I'm saying? It was like a 6-second video of me going crazy. And honestly, like, I didn't caught myself. I done recorded myself a couple times, or like caught my reflection in the mirror, and that shit be cool, like, you know, from the background on top or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But seeing me do that is like, it's a whole nother level. It's like an out-of-body experience. Like, oh my God, is that me? And I'm going crazy for 6 seconds in this video. And he had it on the loop. So, you know, when Snapchat got it on loop, it keep playing. So I clicked to go to the next thing. He got the same video on the loop. He posted the video on a loop 5 times. Right? I'm like, oh my God. Nah, I start calling him. He got me blocked. I start writing him on Facebook. He not responding. I'm like, take that shit down. For I have my motherfucking brothers and my cousins pull up to your crib. Honestly, I wasn't about to have nobody pull up because that shit is embarrassing. Like, what was I gonna tell my brothers? Like, oh, this nigga posted me doing this, this, and that, and now you gotta go beat his ass. Like, I wasn't about to tell nobody. Luckily, don't nobody fuck with old man. Don't nobody know old man. I'm pretty sure it's nobody on his motherfucking Snapchat. Now, if he would have posted it to Facebook, I would have just been exposed, y'all. But nobody was on his fucking Snapchat besides the people that know him and me together. And you know what I'm saying? All of y'all know that this was my man. So it's not like, you know, I was mad for like a day. But then after that, I'm like, this nigga lame as hell. Like, nobody actually saw that shit. Like, nobody outside of our little circle saw it and sent it to me. Everybody wasn't blowing me up like, oh, did you know what I'm saying? Jocelyn was the only one to call me. Like, boy, fuck you and your lame ass. He really tried to expose me because I cut him off. Boy, you're a bum with a baby on the way. Figure that shit out. I don't want nothing to do with it. Y'all, I was so through. I think we stayed friends on Instagram for a while. I ended up pulling up on him like years later, y'all. I think this was like maybe like 2018. I ended up pulling up on him because he had posted this little it was like a little cabaret type of thing. He had posted it, so I'm like, oh, what's up? Because he would be like, oh, hey, how you doing? Oh, you're beautiful. Commenting on the twins pictures like, oh, they getting so big, shit like that. But I ended up pulling up on him. I want to say it was like 2018. Y'all, I'm thinking he like, I knew he wasn't a promoter, but I'm thinking like, okay, this your party, or like, you know, the people that's throwing it. Y'all, I get there, he give me a drink. Why he the motherfucker cleaning up after people? Like, he got the push broom going down the dance floor. He getting all the cups and plates and shit off the table and shit. He was like a busboy. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, no tea, no shade. But if I'm, 28, 29, that means you 38, 39, and you a busboy. I mean, get it how you live, I guess. I ended up finishing my drink, y'all, and left, and still have not talked to him. To this day, he was still write me on Instagram, comment under my pictures and shit. And I don't got shit else to say to you. He did have that baby. He ended up having another baby by another girl. Y'all, I think he's still in that same house with a whole nother group of people, y'all. I was like, you really know how to pick them, girl. You really know how to fucking pick them. Y'all, that's the end of that story. Stay tuned for my snake series. I'm also wrapping up a couple stories on ghost, and stay tuned for the rest of my birthday accountability. I know I have made it well into August, still trying to finish up my birthday accountability. I'm waiting on some in the mail. I'm completing one thing tomorrow, and me and my babies got a trip coming up at the end of August to finish off my birthday accountability. So stay tuned for all of that. Until next time, be productive, be safe, and have fun. Peace.